After the world began collapsing, humanity built a sky ark in orbit to survive. It soon became clear the station could not hold everyone, so the poorest people and orphaned kids were forced out. Earth was also dangerous, with strange monsters appearing without warning, so most people fled upward and abandoned the surface.
And the humans escaped the Sky Ark?
As resentment grew, a revolt broke out over how the weak were treated. Sky Ark's rulers crushed the resistance and punished the rebels by taking their children. The kids had their arms marked for crimes Sky Ark blamed on their parents, then were sent down to Earth as outcasts. Exiled, they formed a camp and built defenses to survive the creatures.
They were branded with a shadow for every sin their parents committed and exiled to the Earth.
The only person said to be able to change their fate was the child of the rebellion's commander. Sky Ark branded that commander a traitor, so his child carried the harshest punishment, 13 marked brands known as shadows.
The son of the uprising commander will be given the ultimate punishment.
On Earth, a small craft crashed, and a boy named Rags stumbled out, confused and unsteady. A boy named Rusty yanked him away as danger closed in, warning that staying put would get him killed. Rusty led Rags through an escape route into the fortified camp run by the exiled kids.
Go! Go! Hurry up!
Inside, Rags met Spindle, Lily, Birdie, Ember, Can, and Ash. Rusty ordered everyone behind the walls as the monsters neared. Spindle noticed the scars on Rag's arm and claimed he matched the figure they had been waiting for, the hero with 13 shadows. Rusty agreed, saying it meant the monsters would finally fear them and the camp could hold its ground.
Rusty, look! 13!
Rusty pushed Rags to take a shot, and Rags fired an arrow that hit a monster. Before anything else could happen, Ash attacked with her own arrows and finished it up close with brutal force.
Don't worry. I got your back.
After the fight, Lily explained the monsters were based in a hive near the camp. Rags also heard about the blue drop, a rare substance that can heal injuries, but it was kept out of reach because the monsters guarded it.
Hunt through every new moon when they're the weakest.
For what?
Rusty scolded Ash for crossing the camp's boundary to fight, but when she ignored him, he dropped it. Later, the kids settled in for the night. While changing, Rags pulled out a small clear sphere he had been carrying and used it to view Sky Ark from far away.
Ash, I told you not to go beyond the border.
Rags remembered how he ended up on Earth. His father had been one of the revolt's leaders, and after it failed, Sky Ark officials demanded he betray the others. Instead, his father accepted the consequences, let his son be sent away, and was executed with a shot to the head. During the chaos, the small transparent sphere slipped away, and Rags held on to it.
Give me the names.
After being cast down to the surface, Rags saw glowing blue drops drifting in space, known to heal injuries. When his 13 branded marks started bleeding, he reached toward the light and the wounds closed almost instantly. The next morning, a group of kids woke Rags and gave him ribs. Lily asked for his help, and her younger sister Ember teased her by asking if it was a date. Lily led Rags to a pile of old aircraft parts and found him a metal sword.
Are you taking my sister on a date?
She asked me.
They trained together. When Lily went down, Rags thought he had hurt her, but she quickly flipped the situation and took control. Afterward, they talked seriously. Rags admitted his father had promised to take him to the ocean, but that promise was gone. Lily said she would go with him someday, guiding them there while he faced the monsters.
What is it?
Ember and Birdie had secretly followed them. A monster attacked and Ember was injured. Lily tried to rush to her, but Rusty blocked her from leaving the safe area, so Rags lifted Ember and carried her back to the fort.
Don't be crazy!
Get off me, it's Ember!
Inside, Ember said Birdie had been killed. She admitted she followed because she hoped Rags would protect them. Ember's condition worsened, and Lily told Rags the blue drops could save her. Rags and Rusty went to the hive to get the blue drops. Lily saw them off and wished Rags luck. They slipped inside and moved through dark rooms. Deep in the hive, they found a woman sitting beside a broken piano. When she turned, it was clear she was a monster. They hid near a chandelier as she crept closer, making harsh sounds. She vanished behind the chandelier and struck from behind. Rusty hit her twice, grabbed Rags, and ran deeper into the hive. Rags knocked over loose bricks, drawing another monster chained to a wall. The boys hid while they planned.
You stabbed the dog in the back of his neck.
Rusty told Rags to head for the stairs while he distracted the chained monster and forced it into a vulnerable position. He said killing a monster meant acting like one. Rusty attacked, but when the moment came, Rags froze. The delay let the monster recover and take Rusty away. Rags tried to intervene but was too scared. Overwhelmed with guilt, he headed back to camp, then stopped when he saw Lily grieving over Birdie and Ember. He turned away, ran to his crash pod, and broke down, screaming and clawing at his arm. He tried scraping the 13 marks off with a rock, but nothing came off.
You're just a stupid doll!
In frustration, Rags threw away the clear sphere, then went back for it and lay beside his pod to sleep. Not long after, another pod landed nearby, and a boy Rags, later called Skunk, settled close. When a monster's sound echoed nearby, Rags hid inside his pod. Skunk tried to squeeze in, and after resisting, Rags reluctantly let him in.
Leave.
I don't have anywhere to go.
Rags stayed wary. Skunk said he was sent to find the boy with 13 shadows and claimed one of his eyes was constantly recording. He kept his arm covered, refused to say how many marks he had, and avoided questions. Rags tried teaching him basic fighting, but during a demonstration, Lily appeared and knocked Skunk out as soon as Rags turned away.
Pretty freaky, huh?
What do you think this kid looks like?
Rags woke up with Lily close by, but she pulled back when she saw him awake. He followed her to the fort and found the camp destroyed. The monsters had attacked while he was gone, and the children were dead. Lily slapped Rags, blamed him for failing them, called him a traitor, and said she would do what he could not. Then she left alone.
I'm not a hero.
Where are you going?
To do what he couldn't do.
Realizing Lily was heading straight into danger, Rags left with Skunk to reach the hive and stop her. Inside, Skunk found the piano and slammed the keys. A monster burst out and attacked, hitting Rags and nearly striking Skunk. But Ash appeared and drove it back by flashing a mirror. Elsewhere, Lily moved through the halls and hid when she heard a monster nearby. Later, Rags found a piece of Rusty's armor with Ash and tried to ask her about it, but she said nothing. He and Skunk continued searching for Lily. Lily was attacked while distracted and dragged away by the monster. Ash agreed to help Rags and Skunk get past the chained creature.
You left him to die. The chain. Don't step on anything here.
They reached the chained monster. Ash attacked, but it knocked over a large clock that crashed onto her. Seeing someone about to be killed again, Rags forced himself to act and drove his sword into the monster's eye, killing it. Ash said this was the last time she would help. When Rags tried to stop her, she said she was done fighting and left. When Lily woke, she used the sword hidden in her hair to stab the monster carrying her and escaped. Meanwhile, Rags and Skunk entered a hallway lined with small beds. Drawings of twins on the walls made it clear the children who slept there had been eaten. They also found a Sky Ark poster revealing that Sky Ark had created the monsters and sent them to Earth.
Why?
Look at the poster.
Rags finally understood his father had not been a traitor. Sky Ark was trapping people in orbit and sending children to Earth as food for the monsters. When another creature approached, Rags and Skunk searched for a mirror to scare it off. Unable to find one large enough, Rags grabbed a frightening mask and placed it over Skunk's camera eye, asking him to help intimidate the monster. When the creature reached through the shelves toward them, Skunk panicked and ran.
My father's not a traitor. This is what they're fighting for. Agent Skunk, are you food?
Lily moved alone through the hive and saw the woman from the piano tearing the head off a baby doll. The creature hummed softly, and Lily recognized the tune as the same song she knew. Nearby, Rags was attacked by a monster and fought back as best he could. Skunk returned mid-fight and jumped in to help, but he was quickly knocked down. Rags finished the monster, and afterward, he and Skunk shared a brief moment where they both understood they were no longer just strangers.
I found you! I'm a hero.
Lily decided the only way to survive was to look like one of them. She smeared gray substance over her face to blend in. Later, Rags found Lily's bag and realized she had been there recently. Skunk stepped into a hidden trap and chains snapped around his foot. Rags grabbed him and tried to hold on, but Skunk was yanked away. Rags chased but could not reach him in time.
I never finished anything.
You're gonna be okay.
Lily fooled a monster into accepting her as one of them. It even sniffed her closely before she slipped away. Rags searched Lily's bag and found material that belonged to the children who died on the planet. He stared into the clear sphere again, then broke down under the weight of everything that had been lost. Burning with anger and grief, Rags ran into two monsters, including the piano creature. He killed her by driving his blade through her chest. Another attacked and sliced his hand, so Rags smeared blood along the walls as he moved to throw it off, then lured it into a chain trap and killed it there. A third crawled toward him and caught him with a chain. Rags used the same chain to restrain it and cut it down, treating it like payback for what happened to Skunk. Rags later saw a figure wandering in a room and assumed it was another monster, but it was Lily. She hit him hard, then the tension broke and they shared a quiet kiss. Afterward, they finally found the blue drops and held on to each other, relieved until Rusty appeared, now transformed into a monster. Seeing him made Rags realize the creatures they had been fighting were children who had changed. Rusty tried to persuade them to drink the blue drops and join him, but Rags refused. Rusty ordered the monsters to kill them. Ash arrived and fired arrows to protect them. Rusty shoved Ash and she collapsed. He then fought Rags directly until Lily stabbed Rusty from behind. Even wounded, Rusty turned on Lily and tried to kill her. Rags remembered what Rusty once told him, that killing a monster meant becoming one. Acting on instinct, he dropped the clear sphere into the blue drops and tasted a small amount. The change was immediate, and Rags transformed into a monster himself. He fought Rusty, cutting his leg and driving his blade into the ground near his head without killing him. Rags insisted Rusty was still human, that he could fight it, and reminded him they were like brothers.
You can control it. Please.
Ash regained consciousness, and Rags told her to get Lily to safety. Part of the ceiling began to collapse, and Rags held it up with everything he had. Rusty joined him and helped bear the weight. Rags begged Rusty to escape with them, but Rusty refused and told him to leave. The structure gave way, and Rusty was crushed beneath the falling debris. Rags, Lily, and Ash escaped the hive and reached the ocean, standing together as the waves hit the shore. Ash then appeared with Skunk, who had survived being taken by the monster. Rags decided to return to Skyark and continue the fight his father had started. He threw the transparent sphere into the sea, then asked Skunk to remove his mask so the camera in his eye could record the 13 marks on Rags' arm. With that proof, Skunk's mission was complete. The four stood together on the shoreline, raising their arms toward the sky as ships descended from Skyark to retrieve Skunk.